Greetings, humans. My name is Sierra, and welcome to another Chat in Motion. As you may or may not know, I have 3 children, and creating the space to just have a conversation without so many distractions and things going on is definitely an art and a skill. So this is why most of my videos are either in the car or on a walk, because it's just the easiest to, it's where I feel like my head is the clearest. So we're out here. I don't know what the weather is, but it's pretty freaking cold. I would say it doesn't matter, but it's cold. But since I'm out here, I wanted to talk about 75 Hard. So for those of you who don't know what 75 Hard is, it's a mental toughness program created by Andy Frisella, who is a CEO of multiple different companies, and he's just a really dope fucking guy. You can check him out on Andy Frisella podcast. He has a YouTube channel, which is super cool if you're a visual person like me. But he talks about business, he talks about mental toughness, he talks about just being a better fucking human, being excellent. And one of his famous lines is, "Personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion." So years ago, he created this program called 75 Hard, which is 5 critical tasks that you must complete every single day for 75 days with no deviation, no shifts, no plans, no tweaking. Just follow it exactly the way that it's supposed to be. So I'm not going to go into detail about every single thing on there. I think that I'm going to just break it up into chunks based off of what I feel in the moment. So one of the critical tasks is you must do a 45-minute workout every single day outside, no matter the conditions. So I completed this program this time last year. So I think I started right before the new year, or maybe I started in December. I don't really remember, but it was around this time last year where I completed it. And mind you, this time last year I was very pregnant. I was in my 3rd trimester, and I also had 2 children under 5. So I had a 5-year-old, and at that time I had a 2-year-old. I'm sorry, I had a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I was pregnant. And to say it was 75 days of hard is definitely a fucking understatement. But it got done, and it was super fucking empowering. Definitely, there was a lot of tears involved. Luckily, I did it alongside my best friend, and I don't even know if I would have been able to complete it without her. So if you are considering doing 75 Hard, I recommend doing it with a friend and hold each other accountable every single damn day. Talk every day, if not twice a day, to get it done. But that's neither here nor there. So outdoor workout every day. So if there's one thing that this program has moved me, or if there's one way that this program moved me, it's in the way towards being outside and reconnecting with my absolute love for being outdoors. I remember years ago, for a long time when I was younger, I absolutely hated the cold, primarily because I hated to dress for the cold. I loved wearing crop tops, and no one was going to tell me no, not even the snow. So I always thought that winter was miserable, but really I just didn't dress properly. So last year I had to get outside every single day, and I had to bring my children every single time, and it taught me a lot about just the basics of properly dressing with multiple layers and having the right gear and having the right materials, having the right clothes, and having the right attitude. Like, there definitely were days where it was snowing and I had to bring my children outside, and it sucked. But the biggest thing that I realized was that I was trying to do pretty much the same workout, which was just taking a walk every single day. And that shit not only gets boring, but it gets tedious, and it's not very fun for the kids. And I think that I made them hate the outdoors in the cold a little bit more than I intended to. And, a year going by, we have another winter, obviously, and I'm learning that I have to get outside every single day, not only for myself, but my children need to get out every single day, no matter what the weather is, because the outdoors just does something very, very, very special to your soul. And I've learned over the year that I need to foster excitement, and I need to foster a love for being outside for them. And in order for me to do that, I have to let go of my expectations about what being outside is supposed to or should look like. Good morning. Always say good morning to your neighborhood dogs. So recently I've been making sure that I get outside with them every single day. And does it take a long freaking time to dress them? Yes, it does. Do they put on clothes kicking and screaming? Yes, they do. Do they complain immediately after getting outside? Most of the time. But I found that what works is bringing them somewhere new, even if it's the same place that you go. Leaving your house is one of the most important things for training the kids to be outside no matter the conditions, because they don't have an out. They don't have an escape to go back inside. It's not as tempting to leave when you're already so far away from your comfort zone. So yesterday I took them to a nearby trail alongside a river and a little waterfall, and they had the best time, and we could have probably stayed out there for hours, but I lost my baby carrier, so I had to hold her the whole time, and it was just really not fun. But they had a blast, and I had a blast, and it was just so nice to be able to reconnect with nature in that way. And this goes out to the parents, but it also goes out to anybody who isn't a parent who stays inside all winter. Staying inside all winter is one of the worst things that you can do for your mental health, for your spiritual health, and for your physical health. Because being outside just gives you so much life. And speaking of, I don't even need these glasses because it's not even sunny outside. I just love those damn glasses. Well, now I feel like I can see. But it's just such a beautiful experience. And if you are someone who hates the winter, hates the snow, like how I was, I challenge you for the rest of the winter to invest in some layers. And you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on merino wool and all these fancy things. Go to your local thrift store or whatever store you choose. Pick a couple different pairs of sweatpants then, right? Wear like a tight base layer or, whatever layer at least twice. At least a base layer and a mid layer and then a jacket. And get yourself some good gloves. Get yourself a warm hat. Maybe even a buff to put around your neck. Those are amazing. And there are actually ones such as this one that's a hood and a buff at the same time. And it's really beautiful and special. I didn't feel like putting it on today, but it really makes a huge difference. And I challenge you to go outside, even if it's just for 10 minutes every single day. Stay consistent with it. And I promise you that just going outside every day during the winter as someone who does struggle with not seasonal depression, but just year-long round, like melancholy, I would call it, being outside, even just for 10 minutes, makes a massive difference in my mental health, and it makes me a way better parent. And yeah, so try it out, and I don't think you'll be disappointed unless you don't dress properly. Okay, peace.